What is up, guys? Welcome back. Thanks everyone that came out to the stream on Thursday and on Sunday for this Donovan Mitchell Court Domination event. Obviously, the easy part is over. Court Domination, definitely a simple, relaxed, pretty easy weekend for this event. And now next weekend, the Gauntlet. Geez, I hope it's not as difficult as the last one. Right now, we're sitting at the same number of Ruby Pros. So hopefully I could get at least one more or two more before next weekend and get a chance to get this Donovan Mitchell. The last event, the Bam Adebayo. Remember, when the Valentine's cards came out, it was already weaker than the Valentine's cards. So we had a Bam Adebayo event in which the pros of the rubies and even the singles, I think all 3 out of the 4 Valentine's singles were better than the Bam. This one, though, the Donovan Mitchell, the stats are definitely a lot more juiced. I mean, a lot more. It looked like, I don't know, I leveled up the single, and looking offhand, it looked like 150 points better or something like that. Y'all have to let me know in the comments, how did you do this weekend? Of course, were you able to get the Donovan Mitchell? How were your polls? We're going to go over all of that stuff because this is the end of the event, so we're going to go over poll rates. I'm going to show my Valentines. If you did not catch the stream, I'm going to show you what I got from my Valentine's rewards. We do have another quest. Hopefully, we get that pro, man. We really need to get another Ruby Pro. But there is that Donovan Mitchell. Looks good, man. I like this tier. I do like, again, the Sapphire event cards a little bit better, but it still looks really nice. And the stats are really good, too. So hopefully we can get it in the Gauntlet. Before we get into the polls and the poll rates and checking out that Donovan Mitchell, man, let's look at the Valentine's rewards. I did finish this. I put off the playing the matches until the very last moment. I think there was like 12 hours left when I finally got it done. Had to go into quick game, of course. That's never very fun. So, yeah, I think this one is the Ruby single. Gary Harris. Buns, yo. Single, of course. I think I have like 12 or 13, I don't know, 14 singles or something like that. Not a very good one. Let me know what you got for your Valentines. But the rebounding support card, that was nice because that completes all 4 of my Ruby support cards. So now I do have all of them. And now Valentine's. Ruby Kyrie Irving. All right. Well, like I said, it doesn't matter which one you get. You have a 25% chance for the second round to get a pro. Hopefully we can get that. And if you didn't see the stream on Friday, this is who I pulled for my Sapphire Kyle Lowry. I opened up all of my Champions rewards, which I really didn't play. I mean, I really didn't play it very much. I really didn't try very hard. I just pushed play and let it go. And what I should have done was keep doing Champions and get a bunch more to claim for the new ones. But I don't know. I just didn't think about it. Big props to everybody that planned ahead and thought about that and kept playing Champions and kept them in your inbox for you to claim. But this was our Sapphire. So we got a point guard and then another point guard, Kyrie Irving. But hopefully we can get a pro on both of them because obviously they're better than event cards. And I'm going to assume that Sapphire pros are probably going to be better than the KD event card maybe. Considering that the Rubies are better than the Bam. I'm assuming that Sapphires are better than the KD. We're going to look at the pull rates just a little bit different. I'm going to go by each card and then I'm going to go over the total and then I'm going to, I guess, show you the total that I have so far for Ruby Plus. First card, Jaylen Brown. As you know, if you are in Ruby tier, we got 36 resets. Mafia City, come on. 36 resets for the first one, 18 gold, 4 emerald, 1 sapphire, 13 grits. If I'm not pulling rubies, I better be pulling grits. So that's not bad. Then we got the Ray Allen at the Ruby tier. And this one a little bit better. We got 4 sapphires this time. Not quite as many grits. This event, actually, I pulled a lot more sapphires than normal. I mean, when I compare about the pull rates that I had in previous, at least as far as sapphire goes, definitely much better. And picking up new sapphires too, so that was nice. And I did get my one and only Ruby pull. This was 65 resets into the event. So I know that it had to been at least 80 because I was completing the quests and doing quick game. And I got all, I don't know, like 75 draft picks from claiming all my champion rewards. And I did those and got a bunch of resets from that. So 65 total resets just from champions. So that only leaves 15 in between. I had to hit close to 80. Another max reset, unfortunately, and my only ruby. And then the event card, Donovan Mitchell, which the grits were a lot better. 16 total grits, almost half of them. We did a lot of it during the stream. And if you caught the stream on Sunday, I was picking up grits. I think I picked up like 7 in a row in the middle of it, which certainly helps. They prepping me, getting me excited, saying, hey, save your money now. You're going to need a crap ton of money for the gauntlet when it comes. But that's all 3 of the cards broken down per card. And then combined for the entire event, 108 resets, 3 cards. We got 53 gold, 39 grits, which is definitely better than the last Court Domination we had. Still only 1 ruby. Ruby pull rates are completely buns. It feels like every single ruby reset is taking 80, between 75 and 80, which sucks. Sapphire pulls are a little bit better, but the rest of the pulls definitely bad. Just happy that we were able to get a lot more grits than we normally do, which help getting through it a lot faster. And then looking at my combined Ruby Plus. This is from the very beginning, from right when I started Ruby Plus. So the event last weekend, everything in between the event this weekend. These are my total resets. And I think important thing to notice here, 216 resets, 3 rubies. That is an average of 72 resets per ruby. That's pretty darn close to max every single time. Makes the game brutal, that is for sure. Court Domination isn't that bad though, because it's a lot easier to play, and towards the end of the card you get the resets a lot faster, so that kind of helps get through it. But 216 resets with only 3 rubies, 72 average is bad. No doubt. Now, my one and only ruby reset is none other than my boy Markkanen from the University of Arizona. Hey, that's a good pull. Even though it's not a pro, and even though it's not the greatest in the tier, I actually really like him. And so, since he's definitely a card that I would like to get at some point, I'll take it. I could use without the blue arrows though. I think like the last 15 pulls, it feels like I get nothing but blue arrows anymore, since I mentioned that one time like 2 weeks ago. Give me more blues. All I get is blues now. That's it. So yeah, that's my only ruby pull for the entire event. Another single, but at least it's one that I wanted. So as far as what my rubies look like right now, still got quite a few ruby singles, like 14 of them. Completed all of the support cards, which is nice. Mark Eaton, newly, I guess, into the game. Mark Eaton with jacked up stats. His rebounding seems to be on point, but defense about the same as his offense. If they're going to put in a new guy, don't keep the same exact stats as the card before. At least adjust the stats to fit the player. I mean, come on. 438 defense, almost the same as his offense. Get out of here. Either way, though, that is, and when are we going to get the images? I don't know. But either way, that's still my best ruby right there. Ray Allen, which we got from the event. It's up there. It's decent. Markkanen right in the middle, which is okay. And my Gary Harris, which I got in the Valentine's quest, one of the lowest. As far as the event card goes, the Donovan Mitchell. When I leveled this thing up, man, the stats are definitely juiced up. 580 on the offense, 565 on the playmaking, 544 on defense. Compare that to the Valentine's cards. It's not even close. It's not even remotely close. Compare that to the Bam Adebayo. These stats right here look sad. Sad and lonely Bam with these jacked up, lowered stats. They definitely messed this up. They definitely messed this up. Obviously, they didn't plan. Just like when they made the initial patch and screwed up the stats, I think they got to this ruby tier and were like, oh man, you know what? the Valentine's cards are going to be better than the event card. Should we either patch it and make another screw up with all the stats, or just let it ride out? We're just going to let it ride out. Because I don't think that there's... I wouldn't think that this would be intentional. Make an event card, and the same weekend before we can even pro it, the Valentine's cards are better than that event card. They did make an adjustment though, and these Ruby Donovan Mitchell is certainly much better and more aligned to where it could be. I'm assuming that's going to be in the thousands when we can get this thing pro'd up. So at least that's going to help with the gauntlet, which is nice. Hopefully we can get it. Hopefully we can get some event card. Hopefully I can get some Ruby Pro. Hopefully I can get the Kyrie when I get the quest done, or another pro along the way. Either ways, guys, that is going to do it. Let me know in the comments, how did you do this weekend? Let me know your pulls and stuff. And yeah, we're just going to keep grinding, keep playing. Well, maybe not a lot of grinding, just because there's only quick game. But there is a quest to do, so that at least that's something and some reason to play the game, some reason to play Champions. And maybe I'll try this weekend or this week to try to win a game or two. I have a Champions going on right now. I haven't touched it since I started it. I'm like on game 10. I don't know. Either way, guys, I will see y'all next time. And yeah, check y'all later. I'm out. Peace.